This is Ticats Today.
This is Ticats Today for a Wednesday, September the 15th, 2021. Halfway through the month of September already. Wow. Thanks for checking us out on the Ticats Audio Network. It's your digital host, Louie B. And speaking of the audio network, a brand new show launched today. You're going to want to check it out. Two of the best to play for the Ticats, Mike Morreale and Rob Hitchcock, have teamed up once again for a brand new show called Morreale and Hitch. First episode dropped today. Go check it out. Great time, those former teammates, of course, good friends as well, and always nice to hear them connect. So wherever you're checking out this podcast, make sure to check out Morreale and Hitch, episode 1, dropping today. So go check it out. And while you're there, also check out the newest episode of Speaking with the Enemy, as I catch up with 7070 CHQR's Jock Wilson. He hosts the Calgary Stampeders pregame show and postgame show, so a good conversation with him. Speaking with the Enemy. Go check it out wherever you get this podcast. And wherever you're getting this one, we appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We got a great show coming up for you in just a little bit. We're going to be catching up with the offensive coordinator of the Hamilton Tiger Cats in Tommy Condell. And obviously, this isn't the offense he thought he would be putting out there probably week 7. No DeVere Posey, no Braylon Addison, no Dane Evans. We don't know who's going to start under quarterback for Ticats heading into Friday. No confirmation from Coach O, but we will get a confirmation in the form of a depth chart tomorrow, and we'll break that down on tomorrow's show. We can't let you know the Ticats released the injury report from yesterday. Really no changes. Maybe one. Desmond Lawrence went from limited to did not practice, as did Sean Thomas Erlington. He was limited on Monday, was listed as a did not practice for Tuesday's practice, so keep an eye on that. But the full injury report, of course, is over at CFL.ca. It was the last chance for the Ticats for a practice ahead of Friday's game against the Calgary Stampeders. Tomorrow will be a walkthrough, so not as intense as a normal practice day. So today, Ticats left it all on the field, and I mentioned they're getting set for the Calgary Stampeders, who are coming off a big win themselves over the weekend, and just kind of asked Coach O what he has seen so far from the Stampeders this season and what he's expecting to see on Friday. Here's what he had to say.
I just saw a team that, they've always had a great belief system in Calgary. They're well coached. They play hard. They just haven't come out favorable on the scoreboard, but they were also playing with a younger quarterback, and the D's probably been on the field more than they have in years leading up to this, and they're finding their way. We're going to have our hands full. Just focus. I thought that we're able to focus, and then like we always emphasize, refocus. I thought that was good. At the end of the day, there's always a test every week, right? And so the test will be on game day. So the game will always come down to execution, but all we can control up to this point is how we practice. So, we're coaches. We're never completely satisfied with how things go, but at the end of the day, it's an imperfect game played by imperfect people. So we're just trying to make the least amount of mistakes. Thought we had a great week. I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that having those fans cheer for us doesn't help. That's 100%. Like it's a little bit of comfort food, I guess, if you want to say. It's great to have Tim Hortons field rocking and having everybody out there and just the buzz. And I think it gives everybody a lift. But, at the end of the day, like I said, it's always going to be about execution and how you play. So I think what's overlooked a little bit is all the games that have been at home. It's not like they've been blowouts. We've had some ones where we've had to squeak it out and those type of things. But at the end of the day, they just want to know how many you've won. And, we've been fortunate to do a good job at home. And, we just need to play well. So I can't explain exactly why it is, except for it is sure nice to have people cheering for you versus against you.
That is the head coach of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, Orlondo Steinauer, as he spoke after practice today. Stampeders are coming to town on Friday. Make sure to join us on Tiger Cats pregame. Andy Fantuz and I will be on the air on the Ticats Audio Network starting at 6 o'clock. So if you're heading down to the stadium after work, put us on. You can put us on at ticats.ca, the Ticats All Access app, or on radio at 900 CHML. So make sure to have us locked in and make sure to join us on Tiger Cats postgame. Immediately following the broadcast, we'll be giving away a pair of tickets for when the Ticats host the Montreal Alouettes on Saturday, October 2nd. So you're going to want to tune in to Tiger Cats pregame presented by Active Green and Ross. Join us for Tiger Cats at the half, and you're not going to want to miss Tiger Cats postgame. Win or lose, always a great conversation with Andy Fantuz. We know the Stamps are coming to town. We also know that Ja'Gared Davis played 3 years with the Stamps and had some great years in Calgary, including winning a Grey Cup. So when we caught up with him after practice today, I wanted to know whether he gets a little more amped up playing his former team, and here's what he had to say.
Honestly, it's just another game. I mean, it was my first home. I mean, I still communicate with a lot of those guys over there, some of the coaches. We talk all the time, so it's gonna be good to see some familiar faces. I mean, Bo Levi is Bo Levi. You know what type of guy he is when he's on the field. I mean, Calgary's never out of the game as long as they have Bo Levi at quarterback. So there's the dynamics of having him out there calling plays is dictating. Like, they play with a whole extra chip on their shoulder when they have, the ace Boone at quarterback. So, he's going to present challenges not only they present to us, but to everybody in the league. So we just know we got to come out and play and be firing on all cylinders. They have been tremendous. Like I said at the beginning of the year, I feel it's probably one of the deepest rooms we have as depth-wise, where no matter who we put in there, they're going to perform at a high level. And it's just been going to show what Benny been doing on the field, what Wilson been doing on the field. We got guys like Carney, Bingham, Archie. We got so many guys that's just waiting to get in the game and showcase what they can do. So we feel pretty confident about the guys we have in our room. We're just trying to take it one game at a time and go out there and do what we've been coached to do. And that's try to contain the opposition as much as possible from putting up points. And thus far, we've been doing a decent job. I feel we can do better. The skies is still the limit for us. So it's a lot of stuff we can clean up, a lot of stuff we can critique, and be a better defense than what we've been showcasing so far. So I think we still have a lot to go, but I think we've been okay so far.
That is Ja'Gared Davis as he spoke after practice today. You can always check out the full post-practice scrums, the full post-practice videos. You can just go to ticats.ca. And we had Ja'Gared Davis on today because he's going up against his former team. And obviously he had a lot of success in Calgary, winning the Grey Cup over 45 games over 3 seasons, including a career-high 59 tackles in 2018. So a lot of familiar faces for Ja'Gared Davis when he lines up against the Stampeders on Friday. All right, let's shift gears here. Let's talk about the offense, and who better to talk to than the offensive coordinator of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. That is Tommy Condell. Had a chance to catch up with him after practice, and we started off our conversation by kind of trying to define who the 2021 Hamilton Tiger Cats are.
I think they're evolving. I think that 2021 Tiger Cats are a group that have worked extremely hard, and especially preparing for their latest game against Calgary. And we have a lot of young players that have really not only worked hard, but put a lot of great effort on and off the field to prepare. So I'm excited to get a chance to. It's been an exciting week. I'll tell you that. It's been, and they're so hungry, and they want to do the right things. They want to have high character, and they want to win.
The next man up mentality, it's something that's always been preached with this team, but I don't know if it's been tested this early as much as it has. What have you seen from your guys who have, maybe started a little bit lower on the depth chart, who are now kind of being asked to play some bigger roles?
See, Louie, I don't think much about it. Like, meaning, we just, we have coach in front of our names for a reason, and that's what we're supposed to do. No matter, we're going to coach no matter if it's the starter or if it's the one that's in the fourth or A, B, C, D group. It doesn't matter. But as they progress, we're going to coach them the same way, and our expectations are the same way. I certainly don't sit back there and say, oh, this person's in the, no, we have to produce, and we have to have the same standards that we have for anybody that's out there. And we're learning those 2021 standards.
I've said this a couple times. It's not too often that your third string quarterback is someone who knows the playbook so well, who's been around. It's not just some guy off the street. It's somebody. How important is that, having David Watford, who's been in these quarterback rooms for the last 2 years? If it is him going on Friday, that he is not coming off the street, like I said.
I think what he has is experience with us in the room of last year. Obviously, he didn't have the training camp here. He's been here for, I think, the last 2 weeks. So that experience that he's had for all last year and having the ability to play and also building the relationships that we've had. I certainly know David and feel really comfortable with David. And I feel that he's in that same mode for the rest of the group in the quarterback room, as well as a lot of the receivers. And the way he prepares and the way Jeremiah prepares and Dane prepares, they all rub off each other. It's a great room to be involved with, and I'm glad I get the chance to coach him every day.
And with Dane, Coach had said that this is somebody who's never really been hurt. He's never been pulled from a game. This is a new experience for him. What have you seen from him kind of in his streets out there, kind of that secondary kind of quarterback coach you have down there in Dane this week with working with Watford and Graham and the other quarterbacks you have in Jeremiah?
Well, it's in his blood. His dad's is a Texas high school coach, and I'm certainly Dane will carry on the legacy. So we're getting a chance to test those methods as well. But they all do that. And I'll say that Dane, Jeremiah, anyone that was into that, those are the expectations for that position and for that room in particular, that if someone is playing or not, because there's only one quarterback that can play, so when that person's in, great. And if the other two that are not in, they're in there coaching, and they're making sure that they're not only the eyes for a quarterback to assist the one that's in, but also the other players that are around. With the limitations in staff and all that kind of business, they need to be. And that's what we do, and that's what we expect.
And just in terms of what you've seen from your receivers, you've missed Devere Posey, you've missed Braylon Addison, but what these guys who are out there are doing, at least from my perspective, is they're putting some pressure on you to make some tough decisions when you are fully healthy. And what have you seen from your receivers, particularly Tim White, Stephen Dunbar Jr., even David Ungerer, that's impressed you so far this season?
Yeah, and I'll even add, Poppy White to that equation too. I think what I see is guys that are growing. I see the guys that are coming in feeling more comfortable. They're all new first-year players in the CFL for the most part, and then we have our savvy vets, which are 2-year player, which is Unger, like you said. So, but as I watch them and the growth that they're taking place, and they're comfortable in regards not only into the offensive system as they're learning it, but also the CFL game, because it's different. The waggle, yes, but it's that 20-second clock and the defenses and the structures that they go into. So I see their development, and it's exciting to watch those guys come out and practice and show the amount of care that they have, not only as an individual, but as collectively as a unit and ultimately as a team. So I see passion, I see energy, and I see hunger, and that's what I see from that group.
And just looking at the opponent this week, the Calgary Stampeders, they're coming off a big game, 7 sacks, holding Trevor Harris to, I believe it was just 220 yards or so. What have you seen from the opponent this week that you're hyper aware of maybe?
Well, Calgary, we have the utmost respect for Calgary and what they've always accomplished, and the coaches that they have there and the players that they have there. So nothing really changes, honestly, when Calgary's coming to town. So we faced them a lot. We respect them a ton. But I'm certainly worried about what we can do in each and every day and each and every minute that we're prepared for them. So I'm really worried about what we can do and what we can accomplish and what we can control, not so much Calgary.
Well said, Coach. Appreciate this as always. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That is the offensive coordinator of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, Tommy Condell. Always great to catch up with him. And, he's in a tough spot. And the Ticats will not make excuses, but you will take a look at who's on the Ticats injury list, and it's safe to say that they are hurting. And I asked him, next man up mentality. He's gave a great answer there. So always appreciate catching up with Coach Tommy. All right, that'll do it for us here on Ticats today. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and make sure to check out some of the other great shows we have for you on the Ticats Audio Network, including Morielli and Hitch, brand new show, episode 1 launched today, and go check out Speaking with the Enemy, as I'm joined by Calgary Stampeder pregame show host Jock Wilson. As for this show, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks for checking us out. For the Ticats Audio Network, I'm Louie B. Hoping you have a great day.